Hello, hello again, friends. It's time for another 10-minute pop. And I have not been on for a few days. I was able to have a couple days to visit with some friends, and that was just so much fun. Sometimes we've got to fill our tea kettle so we can spill over and fill others up, right? So sometimes we just have to take a little break. And I hope you're getting a chance to do that as well. Take a little break and fill up. And maybe these organizations, these little 10-minute pop-ups, are something that can help you fill up your cup, right? So, are you ready? Let's grab your 10-minute cart or your 10-minute box of goodies that you have, some things that you need to get organized, and let's do that together. And one thing I wanted to mention, so I still have a few photos to go through before I get my box organized. And one thing I wanted to mention is that these little pop-ups are going to be building on each other. So, we're going to get to a point. I'm going to finish the box. Hopefully, I may do that with you. I may do that on my own. But then we're going to kind of just take ourselves step by step through what's the next step? What's the next step? How do I continue to get myself organized and get things so that it is so easy to work on either your album projects or whatever it is that you want to do with your photos, right? Maybe just getting them in a box is fabulous. Maybe that's where you want to just kind of hold on to everything and just go, you know what? I'm just so happy to have them organized. I'm so happy that I've been able to put a few stories in my folders with those pictures. And that fills me up. That makes you feel good. So a big hello to everyone who is joining on. Diana and Mary's here, and Karen, Jenny, hello, Donna, Seaside Cindy, I love it. Seaside Cindy. Cindy's here, Dana's here, Renee's here. Hello, Bobby Ann. And the Tranquil Gal. Hello. So good to see all of you popping in. So go grab your stuff, guys. Let's do this together, okay? I have a stack here, and I kind of did, kind of grab all of these and put them kind of in a big stack, because this is what I want to get through this stack in 10 minutes or less and get them in folders, because I'm ready to finish my box. I'm ready to get going and finish up. And I wanted to mention, I know several folks have asked before we get started. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Leah. Hello, Janice. Before we get started, several people have asked. So one of the things we are going to do is also talk about digital organization. And so I do want to do just a quick little screen share. And if you go to my Craft Some Joy website, you will, okay, so let me just go home. So this is craftsomejoy.com. And if you go to shop, and then in the drop down menu, you go shop exclusive downloads and workshops. Yes, you've been asking, Lauren, when are you going to update the pop markers? So I have kind of reorganized my digital markers. So the monthly markers, remember, and I'll be getting into the details of how to do this. I've talked about it before, but digital is a big part of photo organization. And I love these markers because they're just such a bright, colorful break in my photos. Okay. So I have the pop monthly markers, which you just reuse and rechange. And so you just use those over and over again every year. And then now my pop yearly markers are from 2000 to 2050. So I'm thinking that could, last you for a little while. It'll last you up until 2050. And then what I did is I broke out the decades. So now the decades are the 1800s to the 2010. And then in the yearly markers, these are by the year. So 2001, 2002, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I know some of you already got like the bundle that had the decades and some of the yearly, but I did add a lot more years because I think this dropped off at 2025. So now you have 25 more years in your monthly markers. And like I said, we will talk about how to use those. So I just wanted to kind of give you a little heads up since a lot of you were like, Lauren, it's 2026. I need my 2026 marker, right? So you now have it. And that is available. And so we will talk more. Like I said, what I want to do is kind of maybe we'll finish up some of our physical photo organization. Then we're going to have a little pop about digital photo organization. So yeah, we'll just get that down. And I hope all of you who are dealing with the weather, I hope you're nice and cozy and safe and all of that good stuff because yeah, there's been a lot of weather that you all have been having to deal with. So I, hope you all are doing really well with all of that. Okay, so any questions before we get started? So I know, yep, it's freezing in Houston and very cold Texas. It was actually kind of gloomy and gloomy here in Southern California too. But John and I were able to go for a nice long walk this morning with Clementine. She enjoyed it, but yeah, not much sun out here. So I'm just going to fold a few more photo folders. Oh, and then also if you're ever interested in the products that I'm using, they are all listed in the description of this video. So you can just click the more button and find all the links. That'll take you directly there if you ever have a question. Oh my goodness, negative 36. Okay, now that is cold. Oh my goodness. And it's 5 degrees in Northwest Ohio. Okay, you guys, I hope you are just indoors, indoors, enjoying some time, right? I guess you just need some time with your photos or with your pictures or whatever you're working on right now. Okay, I'm just going to fold one more here and I am ready to get the timer going. Let's see what we can do in 10 minutes. Woo! Snowy in northern Kentucky. Oh my goodness. 8 to 12 inches, Kathy. Oh my goodness. And 15 degrees. Okay, you guys. Woo! You're making me cold just thinking about all of that. Okay, well, grab your 10. So we've got 10 minutes together. If you need to warm up your hands, do that. And let's do this together. And I'm going to put the 10 minutes on the timer and we're going to just get going. And, kind of as I was looking at these photos, I was like, I could probably start going a little faster on these lives and, kind of figuring out how to get these organized. So I am going, these are July. It looks like I've got my flag out. So we've got July, we've got a princess tea. This is something else. Oh yeah, look at princess tea. So we've got Ellen with the princesses. And this is preschool, some preschool photos here. So these will be good for the kids' albums. And then, when I was kind of stacking these photos, I'm like, where was this? These are some black and whites. And then I remember, oh, this was when we went to Tennessee for my grandmother's funeral. So that's another stack. And I have all these really fun watermelon picture. So as you know, I take a lot of photos, and right now the first thing I'm doing is just stacking. I'm just getting them into stacks. And these are all 4th of July. Like I can see those are some, actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about these first ones here, I think these go into my mom's Grammy's 70th. I think those were left over from there. So I'm going to pop those in there. This was a baby shower, baby shower, baby shower, baby shower. Okay, so that's another stack. Oh, we've got more princess tea. That was baby shower. Yep. Gotta, sometimes you gotta match the dresses and go, okay, because my friend Gail and I had baby showers very close together. So where'd my watermelon pictures go? And so that's, that was, let's see, that it looks like a birthday. These are, this is Halloween. How did Halloween? I'm gonna have to stick that over there. Okay, these are with friends. Those are gonna go over there. And I think that he's got his caterpillar, so that must be Halloween too. Oh, and now we've got ballet. And those are pool pictures. So sometimes you do need to kind of spread out as you're doing it, right? And kind of, you know, make sure you have some space. And I mean, if I can do this with my little table, you guys can do it too. So you just get out there and do it. These, I think, are the leftovers also, again, from Grammy's birthday. I'm just going to stick those in there. I've got more ballet. I love this one. She's like, I am going to get that foot up on that bar. Oh my goodness, so fun. Tumbling and ballet, lots of those. Okay. So these are all ballet. And then I did actually, after the session last time, I did take a few minutes and got rid of some duplicate photos because, you know, that's just, you got to do that sometimes. I loved taking pictures of the kids with their brand new shoes. That was always just so fun to do. Did you guys ever do that? Like just, and then here they are, little donuts, Krispy Kreme donuts. So cute. Okay, so those are preschool days. And then let's see, what have I got? These are friend days. Friends, and then Ellen in a little mermaid costume. So I'm going to do, these are friends. This is Ellen being a mermaid. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, honey. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, these are friends, friends. Okay, I think, let's see, I'm going to put those over there with friends. These are more friends, 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 friends. I'm going to put these with these. And then these are, this was my baby shower. So I was pregnant with Audrey. So I have that over there. And then this, I think this might have been John's birthday. I think we had these over here. That's what I would guess. These were John's October, no, July. This might have been, that might have just been our, that might have been our anniversary. So there we go. I did my whole thing here. And I'm going to grab some folders and kind of see if how I'm going to put these together. Where did that pencil go? I just had, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to do the easy ones. I know, Princess T. And sometimes that's, you know, a strategy. It's like, oh, these are, that's easy. I know those are grouped together. And, you know, that was September 2001. So I know I can put all of those together in a folder. Okay, I'm going to just set that up there. And then Ellen Ballet. And I want to say that was, no, it looks like it's October. Thank goodness there's some dates on the back of these. And I usually got my photos printed right, pretty close to when I took them. I was always anxious to see what I got on film. And so I know that the dates are pretty close. And again, once you get these in categories, I'm going to kind of take you through the next thing. Then you can really kind of fine tune what things, how you want to group things if you are going to go into album making. I'm going to do kids watermelon. I remember doing a really fun watermelon layout, and there were some great watermelon pictures. Look at those. Haha, the kids just smushed their whole face in that watermelon. So that I know, just because I know how I like to look for photos, that is going to be its own category. Okay, and then this is Tennessee. Memorial. And that was September. Okay. And I'm going to make a note on this one that they are black and white. And sometimes, even just a little note like that just really helps when, I'm kind of thumbing through my folders on what I'm going to be doing, how I'm grouping photos together. Okay, I said this was, oh, September. Oh, you know what? This must have been just not 4th of July. Okay. This is Ellen Mermaid. And with Misha. I'm going to put that here. That was our little black dog. And that was November. So Audrey was born in November, so we were getting really close. In fact, that's back here in my box, Audrey's birth. So that was exciting to pull those out. Okay, I'm going to do Audrey's baby shower. Actually, I know it's Audrey's baby shower, although it was my baby shower, but it was for Audrey, right? And yeah. So I'm going to say that was probably October. Those dates were not. And actually, I think I'm going to do Audrey's. I'm just going to change that. Lauren, well, Audrey, Lauren. Now I'm going to leave that Audrey's baby shower. And then I'm also going to add in this folder, Gail's. Whoops. I'm almost there, guys. Baby shower. So I'm going to put those right in here because our babies were born really close, like within a month apart. Okay, so I have those. I'm going to just finish up if you guys want to hang out and keep going if you've got it. So these are just friends, Adam and Ellen with friends. So these are with friends. These are all with friends. So now I can see I'm going to kind of group friends together. Oh, this was preschool. Ellen and Adam, preschool. And I think that was September. September 2001. Yep. So we're going to do that. And I'm just going to split those up. And remember, again, we're just kind of big, broad categories just to kind of get our pictures organized. And then I'm going to say this was anniversary dinner. And this was October. Because that, it looks like we were out celebrating. So I'm going to say that. And then these are kids. So now I can start kind of combining. This looks like Halloween, and I would almost guarantee I have more Halloween. So I'm just going to stick those in there. And then these were, I think, just with friends. Friends. These are friends. Yep. So Ellen and Adam with friends. And let's see, those are November. And one more folder, guys, and we did it. That huge stack. I hope you had as much success. And we're like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out. I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm gonna be right here inside organizing photos. That sounds good. I get it. Right? I don't blame you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I'm gonna just take my next stack out here because, oh, let me do this. Let me do this. Kids in yard. I'm gonna have to see. That was September. Okay. So we've got, now I can just do a quick, let's see, we've got September. So I'm going to put those in front. Okay, and then I've got October, just like that. And that's why it's just so easy to move things around because they're all contained in these little folders. So we've got there November, and then really this is kind of the last bit. And like I said, I've got a lot of Audrey's when she was born, those photos, which, you know, I've got those kind of separated. And then I want to say this is December. So I really just have a few more to kind of go through here. And let's make a pack. I think what I'm going to do is say, I'm going to work on this. And you guys keep doing your 10-minute pop-ups, your 10-minute time. And then when we come back, I want to see all, you know, here that you guys have finished at least your box. And I'm going to finish my box. And then we're going to talk about some other next steps. And like I mentioned, we'll talk about some digital organization, and then also how can we take a look now that we've got our whole box organized with these photo folders. What do we do next? Right? What's next? So I will be popping back in, pun intended, to help you all with that. And yes, and Valerie, I am going to, I just mentioned earlier, I was actually out of town for a few days visiting some friends. And so I am just kind of getting back into everything. I'll be going through all my emails. So I apologize if anybody has been hanging out in limbo, but I am getting, getting back into everything. So, yep, I will be checking emails. If you have any questions, you can always do that. And then also, if you have questions on, you know, kind of organizing or doing your photos, make sure you leave those in the comments and I can try to address those as well. Okay, friends, that was our little catch-up pop-up. And you guys stay warm and cozy and keep going. If this got you excited, if you've got your stuff out and you feel like you can just keep going, keep doing it. Keep making progress on your projects. And I will be here to keep cheering you on. Thank you for joining in for a little bit of fun here. And always remember, until next time, I hope you take some time to craft some joy. Bye, friends. See you soon.